This is Sky Motoring Weekly with me, Alistair Weaver, John Quirk and Owen Reedy. This week we drive the new Honda Jazz, test a tarted up Twingo, and ogle an Audi.
These are the first official pictures of the new Honda Insight. The car, which will be unveiled at next month's Paris Motor Show, offers the claimed advantages of hybrid technology for the price of a Ford Focus. The 5-door styling cues have been taken from the FCX Clarity that's just been delivered to customers in Japan and California. We're not yet convinced by the overall environmental benefits of hybrid technology, but with the Insight, CRZ Coupe and a hybrid version of the new Jazz on the way, and with 500,000 cars expected to be sold every year, Honda obviously knows something that we don't.
Also this week, Toyota showed off the new Avensis, weeks before making its official debut at the Paris Motor Show. Both saloon and estate versions go on sale in January, and Toyota hopes that this version will be the most upmarket to date. Now that probably explains why it looks so much like a Lexus.
SEAT has teased us with pictures of 2 new Ibizas that will also debut at next month's Paris show. For the overexcited schoolboys, there's a Cupra with a 1.4 litre engine that's both turbocharged and supercharged to deliver 177 brake horsepower. And for bedwetting tree huggers, there's an Economotive version that emits just 99 grams per kilometre of carbon dioxide. That's less than Toyota's hybrid Prius.
In other news, Audi developed a racing version of its R8 supercar. The R8 GT3 Sport is a proper homologation racer, so it gets a roll cage, 6-speed sequential gearbox and 500 brake horsepower, hence why you've got that park bench of a spoiler sat on the back. Customers should also be wary that in order to meet racing regs, Audi had to banish the R8's four-wheel drive train for a rear-wheel drive setup, so just take it a bit easy in the wet, okay fellas?
Subaru drivers set 2 new world records at the weekend to commemorate the anniversary of the tragic death of former World Rally champion Colin McRae. Over 1,000 cars travelled in convoy from the Scots' hometown Lanark and descended on ProDrive's test track in Banbury, creating the largest ever convoy, which stretched over 30 miles. 1,086 cars then arranged themselves to spell out Colin's name. It was a fitting tribute to a much-missed superstar.
Aston Martin's to relaunch the Lagonda brand for a range of luxury saloons. We'll see the first concept next year, and the first Lagonda should be in showrooms by 2012. Let's hope it matches the visual drama of the last Lagonda, which looked like an escapee from Tracy Island.
Owen was in Frankfurt this week for the launch of the new Honda Jazz, and though it may not be as fun to drive as the Ford Fiesta, it is heaps more practical. Worth a special mention is Honda's Magic Seat system. You simply tug one lever and the rear seats fold for a perfectly flat loading bay. It's that easy. There's also masses of hidden boot space thanks to Honda relocating the fuel tank from the boot to under the front seats. Bottom line is that if you're after a refined and very practical Super Mini, this car deserves your attention.
We've also just driven the new Renault Spoke Twingo 133, and if you like your hot hatches light, simple and affordable, this should be right up your street. With 131 horsepower, it's not the fastest hot hatch on the market, but that's not really the point. Wind up the Revy 1.6 litre engine, and the speed that it carries through corners is incredible. This is another great chassis from the boys at Renault Sport.
It's great, you still get this really nice fizzy little 1.6 engine. It sounds pretty cool.
At just £11,550, it's great value too, although we'd suggest adding the £650 cut package that adds an even sharper chassis as well as these gorgeous 17-inch alloys.
It was a good week for fans of the People's Car, as crowds gathered at the Edition 38 show to celebrate all things VW. We took along a new Scirocco, and one young lady got so excited that she almost fell out of her clothes.
It was a bad week for Indian car manufacturer Tata. The company's new Nano, the cheapest car in the world, was to be built in communist eastern India. However, local farmers held violent protests at the plans to build a factory on 1,000 acres of their land. Tata has yet to comment on the situation, but is reportedly looking for an alternative site. Meanwhile, the humanitarian impact of the car is coming under even closer scrutiny.
Don't miss episode 3 of our Banger Challenge as we turn our £75 Rover into a racer.
Whoa! That sounds amazing!
Okay, sounds really good. You boys have done a really good job.
And with less than a week to go before Alistair drives the new Volkswagen Golf, we pay tribute to VW's most successful ever car.
Next week, I'm off to Iceland to drive the 6th generation of the Volkswagen Golf. That's the country, not the shop.